Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, General Hospital. General Hospital spoilers. Tracy's arrest revenge on Drew. Releases video of him and Willow doing the deed in the Q Nursery. General Hospital, GH. Spoiler suggests that in an effort to impress Willow Corinthos, Caitlin McMullen, Drew Quartermain, Cameron Matheson may have made a grave mistake. He entered the Q mansion during the close of the Friday, January 17 episode, demanding access to Wiley Corinthos, Viron Weaver, and Amelia Corinthos, Sequoia, and Serenity Morkmako. And when Tracy Quartermain, Jane Elliott, denied this, he had her arrested. What happens next? General Hospital spoilers. What was Drew Quartermain thinking? GA spoilers note that Drew has been a terrible influence on Willow as of late, on so many levels. But probably one of the lowest forms he took was encouraging her to use Michael Corinthos, Chad Duell, medical proxy as a bargaining chip to get custody of Wiley and Amelia again. After Carly Spencer, Laura Wright, took the kids from her. As Willow opened the door to Carly and Sonny Corinthos, Maury Bernard, to see their son again on Friday's show and help determine what to do next with his care, she seems to be taking steps to better the situation between her, Carson, and the Quartermains. So by pulling this move on Tracy, has Drew made things worse? GH spoilers. Tracy Quartermain's revenge. Heck hath no fury like Tracy Quartermain's scorn. So after she clears up her arrest, could she decide to go for the jugular? Fans may recall that right after the holiday party that exposed Willow and Drew's one-night stand on the Quartermain nursery floor, Michael handed over the footage to Tracy and Ned Quartermain, Wally Kurth. While the two have yet to do anything with it, the fact that Drew was at the helm of getting Tracy arrested will undoubtedly change all this. A very married Willow doing the deed with her husband's uncle, who happens to be a governor now, won't only be a bad look as she enters a custody battle with the Quartermains for the children, it could very well shatter Drew's political career too. The Quartermain legacy, betrayals and scandal. The Quartermain mansion stood as a testament to decades of wealth, legacy and dysfunction. Every corner of its grand hallways and elegant rooms whispered secrets that could bring empires to their knees. It was within these walls that yet another storm brewed, one that threatened to upend the lives of Drew Quartermain, Willow Corinthos, and the formidable Tracy Quartermain. The arrest. Drew Quartermain had always been a man of principle. Or at least that's what he told himself as he stormed into the Quartermain mansion late that Friday evening. His heart raced with righteous indignation, his every step echoing with determination. He demanded access to Wiley and Amelia, his voice cutting through the tension in the air like a blade. Tracy Quartermain, ever the matriarch of manipulation, met him head-on. "Over my dead body," she spat, her icy gaze unwavering. "You have no right to keep them from their mother," Drew retorted, his voice steady despite the chaos brewing within him. Tracy smirked, unfazed by his anger. "Willow lost her rights the moment she let you corrupt her judgment." The argument escalated, each word like a match igniting the growing inferno. Drew, tired of Tracy's games, made the impulsive decision to call the police. He watched as they escorted a livid Tracy out of the mansion in handcuffs, her parting words ringing in his ears. "You'll regret this, Drew. Mark my words." Willow's dilemma. Meanwhile, Willow Corinthos sat in the Corinthos kitchen, her hands trembling as she cradled a steaming cup of tea. Carly and Sonny watched her with concern etched on their faces. "I just want what's best for the kids," Willow murmured, her voice barely above a whisper. "And what about Drew?" Carly asked, leaning forward. "This feud with Tracy, it's only going to make things harder." Willow's eyes darted to the floor. The events of the past weeks weighed heavily on her, especially the indiscretion that now loomed like a dark cloud over her marriage to Michael. Drew had been a source of comfort during her lowest moments, but their one-night stand had been a mistake, one that now threatened to unravel everything. Sonny placed a reassuring hand on her shoulder. "You need to decide where your priorities lie, Willow. The kids, your marriage, or Drew?" Willow nodded, her resolve hardening. "I'll fix this. I have to." Tracy's counterattack. Tracy's time in the local jail was brief, but enough to stoke the fires of her fury. Once released, she returned to the Quartermain mansion with a single goal in mind: revenge. In the privacy of her study, she retrieved the incriminating footage of Willow and Drew from the family's security archives. Michael had handed it over weeks ago, naively believing it would never see the light of day. But now Tracy had the perfect weapon. "It's time to teach Drew and Willow a lesson they'll never forget," Tracy muttered to herself, a wicked grin spreading across her face. The fallout. The following morning, the Quartermain mansion buzzed with activity as Tracy summoned the entire family for a meeting. Drew and Willow arrived separately, their discomfort palpable. "I'm sure you're all wondering why I've gathered you here," Tracy began, her tone deceptively pleasant. "Let's just say it's time for some truth." Before anyone could question her, Tracy clicked a remote, and the living room television flickered to life. The grainy footage of Willow and Drew's fateful encounter in the nursery played out before their horrified eyes. Guests filled the room, followed by an uncomfortable silence. Michael's face turned ashen as he stared at the screen, his hands clenched into fists. "How could you?" he whispered, his voice breaking. Willow's eyes filled with tears as she reached out to him. "Michael, Don't," he snapped, cutting her off. "I don't want to hear it." Drew stepped forward, his expression one of regret. "Michael, this isn't Willow's fault. If you're angry, be angry at me." "Oh, I'm angry at both of you," Michael shot back. "You've destroyed everything." Public scandal. The fallout extended far beyond the confines of the mansion. By Monday morning, the footage had leaked to the press, courtesy of Tracy. The headlines were merciless. Governor Quartermain caught in scandalous affair. Willow Corinthos. Betrayal in the Quartermain nursery. Tracy Quartermain exposes family secrets. Drew's political career crumbled overnight, his approval ratings plummeting as his opponents seized the opportunity to discredit him. Willow faced public scrutiny as well, her role as a mother and wife questioned by tabloids and social media alike. The aftermath. In the days that followed, Drew and Willow found themselves at the center of a media storm. They sought refuge in each other, their shared guilt and pain forging a bond they hadn't anticipated. "I never wanted this," Willow confessed one evening as they sat in a quiet corner of a coffee shop. "I just wanted to protect my kids." Drew reached for her hand, his touch gentle. "We'll get through this, Willow. Together." But their words offered little solace. The damage had been done, and the road to redemption seemed impossibly long. Chapter 7: Forgiveness and Redemption. Months passed, and the dust began to settle. Michael, though deeply hurt, found it in his heart to forgive Willow for the sake of their children. Drew, meanwhile, worked tirelessly to rebuild his reputation, using the scandal as a catalyst for change in his political platform. As for Tracy, she reveled in her victory, but couldn't escape the loneliness that came with it. Her actions had alienated her from the family she sought to protect, leaving her to question whether the price of revenge had been worth it. Epilogue. In the end, the Quartermains did what they always did. They endured. The scandal became another chapter in their storied history, a reminder of the secrets and lies that defined them, but also of their resilience. And as the sun set over Port Charles, life went on, each member of the Quartermain family carrying the lessons of their shared trials into the future.